Hey everybody, this is, well, first of all, the reason I decided to make this video is because I've seen a lot of videos out there that deal with the flashback, the TC Electronic Flashback, and they're not always everything I need as far as information is concerned. And the reason I say that is because I learn in different ways, just like everyone else, and sometimes people explain things and they don't necessarily make a lot of sense to me. So then I have to look for another video, and they may explain one part really good, but another part not so good, and then I have to look for another video, and I just keep going down the rabbit hole, and I may end up looking at many different videos, getting some of the information I need, and then having to figure a lot of it out myself. So this is just my contribution, so that if there are other people out there that learn like I learn, maybe the way I explain it can help them out. In some areas maybe you may need another video too. So this is a contribution on the flashback. Now this is the original flashback. There's a flashback 2 out now. It's been out for a while actually. And the flashback 2 has 2 additional tone print capabilities where you can have 2 more tone prints stored in there, and that's good. That's nice. I haven't updated. I don't plan on updating anytime soon. This particular pedal suits my needs. I'm good for now. So I'll be showing you a few things about it, the basic stuff. Let's go over the signal path first. So I have this Fender Stratocaster. It's a Squire Strat. I updated and hot rodded this guy for myself. So it has pickups that I selected, tone pots I selected, switch that I selected. Everything on here is stuff that I selected and I put in here myself. Even the nut and the saddles and the block, everything, right? So it's going out of this guitar into a wah pedal. We're not demonstrating the wah pedal, but that's just the way my pedal board is set up. The wah is first, and it goes, the wah is not on the pedal board, but you know what I mean. The wah is first, then the pedal board pedals start. The chain starts on a fuzz. It goes through a whole bunch of other overdrive and distortion type pedals, and eventually it makes it to this equalizer. The equalizer is the only thing that's on right now. So from the equalizer out to the modulation effects, and eventually it hits this flashback. So the equalizer is the only thing on. I have it set up a certain way, and let me let you hear the tone. Here we go. That's set up on the bridge. No, I'm sorry, not the bridge. The neck and the middle pickup of this Stratocaster. So it goes out of this pedal board, it goes to a PV XXL trans tube solid state amplifier head. Out of the amplifier head to a Marshall 212 cabinet with Celestion speakers. All right. My voice is on an Audio-Technica condenser microphone going into a mixer, and the guitar cabinet is it has a Shure SM57 is on one of those speakers. It's also going into the mixer. The mixer is a Behringer Xenix Q802 USB mixer. The way I have this set up is the mixer is getting my sound. It's going out of the mixer USB port and out of the port, and it's going into my phone. So the mixer sound is going directly into this phone, and the phone is recording the video and audio as I'm moving along. It saves me production time. So it's pretty good sound too. It's very decent. Here we go. Let's click on, let's see. Let's put it on the tone print. We have the tone print going. Well, let me tell you a little bit more about this flashback. So this flashback, the flashback has a true bypass mode. And I believe that's how I have it set right now. So basically, true bypass is allowing signal to go through. It's an analog signal, and it's supposed to not alter the tone at all. You're not going to get any like low impedance where the tone is, they call it tone suck. It doesn't suck the tone out of your guitar, and that's good. It also has the possibility of it to be a buffered bypass, so you can make this a buffer as well, if depending on where you have it in your chain of pedals. If I were to have this, let's say, on the very end as my last pedal over here in this direction, going out, I could turn it onto a buffered signal. That way it'll take whatever signal chain that's the signal flow is going through all these pedals, and as a buffered pedal, it would make sure that there's no tone suck. It'll send the signal, it'll revamp the signal at that stage of the chain and send it to your amplifier and speaker, and you'll have a nice bright sound. Not necessarily bright as in tone, but bright as in your natural sound that is produced by the pickups. That's one way to explain it. There's a lot of technical terms that I'm not throwing in there. I don't want to make a muddled, confused mess out of all of this, which I probably already have. But let's just say it has true bypass and buffered bypass capabilities. There's another kill dry, there's another capability it has, which we won't get into, but there is another switch mode on this, okay? It's a different way of using it. Let's go back to the tone print. So I have it set on tone print, which is, let's talk about the tone print. The tone print, in order to keep it simple, let's say you take your phone, you download an app. It's the TC Electronic Tone Print app. The app has a lot of TC Electronic pedals that are in there. You can select which pedal you want to mess with, right? In this case, we would select the flashback pedal. We want to mess with we don't necessarily say we don't want any of these other effects. We want a different effect. So that allows you the option to preset any other effect you want out of the Tone Print app. The way it works is a lot of, let's say, famous bass guitar players have partnered up with TC Electronic. They make their own unique sounds that are based on the delay sound, right? They'll save those into the app. When you go to the app and you open it up, you'll select the flashback. You'll look for the sound that you like, that you can play, that you've played on. You'll select it. The phone will then beam a signal out of the phone. You hover it over your selected pickup. The pickup will take that particular, it's like a modem signal. It sounds like an old modem for back in the day when people used to get on the internet with the modem, phone modem, if you remember. So it'll send this signal out of the phone into the pickup, out of the pickup, out of the guitar, into the chain of effects you have. Now you're going to have the flashback on and the other pedals off so that it can reach this pedal, and it knows that it needs to set a new tone print on this pedal, and you send it like that. And you can change the tone print to any other sound you like in the middle of a gig, before a gig, after a gig, while you're practicing, whenever, on the fly. You can just change that tone print, and all of a sudden you have a new delay sound at your fingertips. The tone print I have right now is called a warble tape. This is what it sounds like. There, it's on. Let's hear a chord. It's a little too much for me, so I'm going to take the level back. By taking the level back, that's giving you less intense delay. Here we go. You can hear a lot less intense. Now this has a little switch up here, which is set on that top picture. That top picture represents a quarter note, so it's on a quarter note delay. Let's play it one more time. So you can see what happened there. It's the delay's going da 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 da. It's causing those extra echoes of sound, right? Let's say that I want those delays to last longer. So that's where the feedback comes in. I add feedback quite a bit there, and it will make those echoes last a lot longer. Listen. So you can see how it's lasting and still going and going and going and going and going and going and going. Anyways, that's the feedback setting. Now you know what the level of feedback does. Let's take the delay setting. We'll take less feedback. If you increase delay, that means it's going to take longer for that repetition to come in. Let's increase it some more. Now if I take this back and shorten it up, it's going to come in quicker. See, almost no delay. Let's lengthen it. A little more delay. Lengthen it some more. Takes more time to get there. So let's say you want to just thicken your tone. Okay? You shorten the delay. So there's almost nothing in response, right? Well, there'll be something in response, but as far as the delay time, it'll be less. I'll give you an example here. It's almost immediate. And you have quite a bit of effect and feedback. So let's take the feedback down a little bit. It's almost exactly like almost no feedback. Let's take less feedback. There it is. So I'm going to put the effect level up a little more. All right, turn it off. Here's the tone. There's your dry guitar sound for the most part. It only has equalizer on it, right? So we'll turn this on. Now that tone print, you can hear that warble in there. It's just part of the modulation that's set up on that tone print. But let's say you don't want that warble in there. Let's just put it on analog. No delay. Add delay. You can hear it thickens up the sound. And let's play a scale. Right? I cut it short there. I was adjusting here. But anyways, you can hear that. Let's hear it one more time. No delay. Add delay. You can hear the difference. I can definitely hear the difference. I hope this phone is picking up the difference. Let's mess around with. So that's just an example of thickening up your tone. In fact, let's do a little bit more with that. Let's add some distortion. So there's no distortion there, but I had to add a little something. I added a tube screamer to tame this distortion that's about to come in. So I'm doing a little gain staging, right? Here's the distortion. So you hear that. Let's take that off. Put it back on. You can hear that. It sweetens up the tone. It also makes it just more dynamic. Let's take it off. Put it on. There you go. So that's with some distortion, thickening the tone, sweetening it up at the same time. Okay, let's talk a little bit about these different settings with this lever. That lever there, right now it's set on quarter note tempo. So let's just play around. Let's take this up a little bit. Take that about there, my usual settings. Put it back on the tone print, just so I have a good reference to go by. Let's listen to it the way it is. So you can hear that, the delay on that. Now let's say, for example, let's say I want to get more in time with the delay. So this is what you call tap tempo. And the way I like to use this pedal, which is the way the best of the design of the pedal, is when you hit this button and hold it down, you're going to hear a click, a second click. The first click is with the first push. The second click means it goes into tap tempo mode. When you go into tap tempo mode, you can use the strings to tempo in your, how could I put this? The speed at which you're playing, okay? So let's say I hit this, I'm going to hit this now. First click, nothing. Second click, coming. You probably heard it as I was speaking over it. Let's do it again. First click, nothing, then you're going to hear a second click come in. There it was. So now you can strum the strings at the tempo you want this quarter note to come in. So let's say that the tempo I was playing is like 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the tempo of that last melody. 1. See, so let's go into it. Let's play it without. Oh, I just disengaged what we just did. But let me give you a sample of without. That's your little sample there. Now we'll add this back in. I need to change hands. I'm doing it with hands. Okay, we're here. I guess we need to make sure that red's on. There was a second click. Now 1, 2, 3, 4. That's about the tempo of that little melody. Now let's play it. One more time. All right, so you can hear the tempo is more in sync with the speed of the melody. So you can change that. You can change from a quarter note to, it's a dotted eighth note. So it's like an eighth note plus a 16th note. You're going to hear it comes in quicker. Took it to the middle there. That's the dotted eighth note. Let's play the same thing. Whoops. Here we go. so it's more muddled, a little too much going on probably for that speed, but it's just an example. Now let's take it to this other setting. It's a quarter note plus a dotted eighth note. Let's play it. It's also a bit muddled. I'm going to take it back to the quarter note for reference. Here we go. Start it over. You can see the difference there. I'm not playing that cleanly today. No excuses, but I'm sitting Indian style on the floor. My hip is hurting. It's not good. Here we go. Let's see. So we just went over those. We went over these controls. I want to show you the loop function. When you set it on loop, it turned everything. It turned the pedal off, right? Now when you set the loop, is connected to this effects level, and when it's on loop, this acts as your volume knob. So in order to get the best sound out of it, I just turn that up all the way so you can get loud volume on your loop. So when you need to loop something, as soon as you hit this here, it's going to go into recording mode, and you're going to see the red light blinking, and that means you're in recording mode. For most people, when you're doing a loop, you want it to be like perfect timing. So as soon as you hit that button, you want to be on beat. That's one. That's the downbeat. Bam, you're on. So I don't have my feet here available to push the button. So I'm just going to show you how it works. So I'm going to go into the mode, okay? Okay, now when I let this go, it's going to come in soon. It's on green. That's what I just played. So I'm playing over it. I just started playing over it, see? Here I go. And just a little improv. Here we go again. I'll play something else. Just a little something different. So, anyways, that's how your loop function works. And now you can record over that. Now you're going to hear that exact thing. That's what I just recorded. I overdubbed it, so that's the loop now. It's overdubbed. You get 40 seconds of that. It's pretty helpful. Now if you want to erase this, in order to erase this, double click. It's gone. Now you can start over. That's very cool. Let's see, what else is a cool function on this? Let's just try the reverse function. Show you how that one works. Let's see, where are we? There you go. In fact, I'm going to change pickups. let's take that effects level down, play around a little bit. So I added some overdrive to that particular one. It has some, that's the sugar drive from MXR. It's pretty cool. I like it. I think I say pretty cool a lot, but it's just the way I do it here. Flashback is on. I'm going to add reverb so you can see how it works. It gets in there with different effects. We'll add some reverb. It'll be cool. I just added some chorus to it. So you can see how it reacts with a few different things. In fact, there's the chorus. Chorus is on, reverb is on, flashback is on, sugar drive is on. Anyways, there you go. Just some different tones that can go along with this guy. It makes it can do a lot more than that. I mean, when you start playing around with these other settings and you're messing around with these different knobs here, as far as, you know, your feedback, delay, and effects, and you start putting in the dotted eighth note, quarter with the dotted eighth note, it can go a long way for you. You can get so many things, mixing your pickups, mixing up all those delay sounds, adding in some modulations. And I'm going to tell you something else I do with this. So I have this first. The flashback is first. After this, I have a digit delay by Digitech. So I have two delays side by side, and I'll be doing some interesting things with that. So, you know, don't be afraid to experiment. I have flashback going into a digit delay by Digitech, out of there into a Hall of Fame reverb by TC Electronics, and so those are my last three pedals there. They give you a lot of varieties of things. Before this guy, I have the Corona Chorus by TC Electronic. Before that, I have the Vortex, which is a flanger by TC Electronic, and before that, I have a Flamma modulation pedal, which is a very interesting little pedal. It has a lot of modulations, and I got it for that reason. I wanted to play around with different things to see what I liked. So we'll sign it off here. I really appreciate your time. I hope I helped you with something. If you got a little something out of this, that would make me happy. On another note, I plan to affiliate with Amazon for the future, and I'm probably going to add a link from Amazon onto this video if you want to help the channel and help me out a little bit. I'll add links for like the new flashback and maybe some of this other gear I'm using here. And if you like, you know, purchase something from Amazon, and they'll help me out a little bit for this channel, for my time and effort. And also, if you want to learn about how I set all this up to record on my phone, let me know. I'll do a short video on that, or as short as I can make it. It wasn't that easy to figure out how to get all this to work together so that the mixer sound will go into this video. But if you need help on that, I'll help you out. There's another thing I do also, where I take my studio system from my computer, my main computer, and use the DAW, and I send that out of my audio interface into this phone so I can live stream with my audio interface DAW. And I get a really good sound doing that for live streams. So, you know, there's a lot of ways to do things, and I've taken on the time and effort to figure these things out. It's been a lot of years of messing around with pedals and studio gear and all the new digital stuff. Thank you so much for your time. If you can help me out, I appreciate it. You enjoy the rest of your day. You take care now. Signing out.